Welcome to our continuing series, Questions and Answers, from the works of Sri Aurobindo and the Mother. Today, Parents, Part 5. From the Mother. Even a child who does not have a sufficiently developed brain to understand, if you simply pass on to him a vibration of protection or affection or solicitude or consolation, you will see that he responds. But if you take a boy of 14, for example, who is at school, who has ordinary parents, and has been ill-treated, his mind is very much in the forefront. There is something hard in him. The psychic being has gone behind. Such boys do not respond to the vibration. One would say they are made of wood or plaster. When I was a child, if I did something bad, immediately I felt uneasy, and I would decide never to do that again. Then my parents also used to tell me never again to do it. Why? Because I had myself decided not to do it anymore. A child should never be scolded. I am accused of speaking ill of parents, but I have seen them at work, you see, and I know that 90% of parents snub a child who comes spontaneously to confess a mistake. In quotes, "You are very naughty. Go away. I am busy." End quotes. Instead of listening to the child with patience and explaining to him where his fault lies, how he should have acted. And the child, who had come with good intentions, goes away quite hurt, with the feeling, "Why am I treated thus?" Then the child sees his parents are not perfect, which is obviously true of them today. He sees that they are wrong, and says to himself, "Why does he scold me? He is like me." From Sri Aurobindo. The second principle is that the mind has to be consulted in its own growth. The idea of hammering the child into the shape desired by the parent or teacher is a barbarous and ignorant superstition. It is he himself who must be induced to expand in accordance with his own nature. There can be no greater error for the parent to arrange beforehand that his son shall develop particular qualities, capacities, ideas, virtues, or be prepared for a prearranged career. To force the nature to abandon its own dharma is to do it permanent harm, mutilate its growth, and deface its perfection. It is a selfish tyranny over a human soul and a wound to the nation, which loses the benefit of the best that a man could have given it, and is forced to accept instead something imperfect and artificial, second-rate, perfunctory, and common. Everyone has in him something divine, something his own, a chance of perfection and strength in however small a sphere which God offers him to take or refuse. The task is to find it, develop it, and use it. The chief aim of education should be to help the growing soul to draw out that in itself which is best, and make it perfect for a noble use. It is true that most of the time parents do not teach this, because they do not know it themselves, for they themselves did not have anyone to teach them, so they do not know. They have groped in the dark all their life to learn how to live, and so naturally they are not in a position to teach you how to live, for they do not know it themselves. If you are left to yourself, you understand. It needs years, years of experience to learn the simplest thing. And even then, you must think about it. If you don't think about it, you will never learn. I have great hope in little children. Some are delightful. AF is delightful. There's another one here, AP, who wasn't born here but in Germany. He will be 1 year old in a few days. I am going to see him. But I already saw him before. Remarkable. They are so receptive. These are children who, at the age of 1, are like ordinary children of at least 3 or 4 years in terms of consciousness. So there is hope. But they're more sensitive than their parents. So the parents have a certain relationship with me, while the children observe, wondering what it's all about. The parents are a bit timid towards me, so I am obliged to put a veil to keep back. With people, they take something, leave something. They take very little. It doesn't matter. But with them, the children, I have to be careful, because the body is too weak. They are far more receptive than the parents, so it's a little too much for the body. But they're quite interesting.